Hey, what's up guys? Gonna be showing you my PlayStation 4 video game collection. This is just some of the PlayStation 4 games I have. I don't have a lot, honestly. I only have like 9 games total. And I got a PlayStation 5 console not too long ago. So I thought that I would get a couple PlayStation 4 games just to start out. And then later on, I'll get some more PlayStation 4 games along with PlayStation 5 games. But this is what I have so far that I'm going to show to you guys for today. And we're going to start out with Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is a pretty cool remake. Better graphics. I mean, the cutscenes alone are just really awesome. They look like real people, you know? And the gameplay is a lot of fun and really smooth graphics and gameplay is pretty solid. I still prefer the original Resident Evil 2 game for PlayStation 1. I mean, it's nostalgic, and I have that for PlayStation 1, but I can't deny that Resident Evil 2 remake for PlayStation 4 is definitely an upgrade, and I can't really say it's a shot-for-shot remake or anything like that. I mean, even though it's got better graphics and, I guess I would say better gameplay. It's one of those things that it doesn't really feel like a remake to me. It just feels like a new game. It kind of like a different version of Resident Evil 2. It doesn't feel like it's a carbon copy of the original. It has something new to offer, So I feel like I'm playing a different game. And I can still play the original game and, enjoy that as well, I can enjoy both of them. Not really compare them, even though I'd prefer the original more than this one. It's still pretty fun to play. And, it has my two favorite characters, Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield. And I wish they would make a proper live-action film with those two characters in it. Hopefully someday. But, yeah, I really enjoyed the remake to Resident Evil 2. It's really fun. So that is Resident Evil 2 Remake for PlayStation 4. And then we got Resident Evil 3, which I probably like this more than the original because the graphics are a lot better. And Nemesis is relentless and more terrifying in this version because he's just relentless going after Jill Valentine. And the graphics are so much better. And the game is pretty solid. I think I kind of like this one more than the Resident Evil 2 remake. I think Resident Evil 3 remake is a little bit better. Yeah, so, it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is Resident Evil 3 remake. Really fun. And I have Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 for PlayStation 1, but I have the remakes as well for PlayStation 4. And then we got Panzer Dragoon, which is another remake. Seems like PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 released a lot of remakes from older games, but they do a different version, different take on those games with the remakes. And Panzer Dragoon, which is made by Limited Run, which is a company that releases these games, but eventually they become expensive because it's just a limited run, it lives up to the title. And when it comes to Panzer Dragoon, I love this game series. And this is a pretty cool game. It's got some good graphics, it's an improvement from the original. And, I used to have Panzer Dragoon 2 for Sega Saturn. But my dad got rid of it. He had the console back in the day and he got rid of it. I wish he didn't, because I would love to play that game console once again and play Panzer Dragoon 2 once again, because it's pretty hard to find nowadays. It's pretty expensive. But hopefully Limited Run releases Panzer Dragoon 2 on PlayStation 4 or 5, because I would love to play that game again, especially if they improve the graphics. I love that game. I love the Panzer Dragoon games. Really fun fantasy games. So yeah, pretty cool. So that's Panzer Dragoon. And then we got a Final Fantasy game, which hopefully I can pronounce this correctly. It's Dissidia. I'm sure I'm totally destroying that by not pronouncing it right, but yeah, this is a pretty fun game. It's got a lot of Final Fantasy characters from different games. It's got Cloud, it's got Sephiroth, it's got a few other people in here too, from many different Final Fantasy games. But I remember having fun with it. So that's that game. And then we got Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is pretty cool, honestly. The graphics have improved so much from the original game. I remember playing the original Final Fantasy VII game for PlayStation 1, and that game was really challenging. It took me several months to beat that game, and I finally beat it. And yeah, I mean, the graphics back in the day, I mean, it's kind of primitive compared to the graphics in this new version of the game with the remake, but yeah, I mean, it's still nostalgic, but yeah, this is so much better when it comes to the graphics. I mean, and the fact that there's voice acting in it. I mean, the original game had where you had to read the damn shit, you know, it was ridiculous. I made the game even longer, but yeah, really cool remake. I wish this was the entire game, though, because this is just the first part of Final Fantasy VII. There's 3 parts altogether, apparently. They made a second part, which they released for PlayStation 5. So, and then they're going to have a third part, and hopefully it gets released for PlayStation 5. I hope it's not for PlayStation 6, because that would be really ridiculous. But I don't like that they broke it up in parts. But other than that, it's still pretty cool. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's just awesome. Love this game series, and Final Fantasy VII is definitely my favorite. So that's that. And then we got, let's see, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is based off the original 1987 cartoon, the one I grew up with, the best one in my opinion. Yeah, this is pretty cool, and it's very similar to the older games, kind of paying homage to those older Ninja Turtle games, you know, side-scrolling and, you know, beat 'em up type of game, and it's a lot of fun. And Limited Run made this one as well, so really enjoy that one. And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, which this has a lot of old retro Ninja Turtles games. It has 13 games altogether. It has a lot of stuff, like it has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, the actual arcade game that you used to play in the arcades back in the day. And I love that game. That's like my favorite video game of all time. And it has other ones too. But 13 games of retro Ninja Turtle games, it's pretty awesome. So I would definitely recommend this if you're a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan like I am. So that's that. And then we got Mortal Kombat XL. Yeah, I love the Mortal Kombat games. They're so much fun. And my good friend Sterling sent this to me as a gift, and it was really cool of him to send that to me, because I really love these games. They're really fun to play. And yeah, it's nice to play a newer Mortal Kombat game with improved graphics and everything. So that's that. And he sent me this one as well, Mortal Kombat 11. And I'm glad to have these in my collection. I get to play these games on my PlayStation 5. But yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. I might make another video talking about some other games that I got for like PlayStation 2 or PlayStation, 4 or 5, later down the road. I got some Xbox 360 games, some newer stuff too as well. I thought about making like newer videos showing off my entire video game collection, because I did do a video game collection back in the day. It's a really old video. It's not the best picture quality video in the world because it's just really old, and it's not in HD or anything. But I thought about making a series of videos showing off my entire video game collection, starting out with like Nintendo games, and then Super Nintendo games would be the next video, and then the next video would be PlayStation 1 games, and then following videos would be PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360, and so on and so forth. So you have a series of videos, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing on this channel, if anyone is interested in that. But yeah, because I've gotten some newer games, and I like to do a better video of my video game collection, because that old video I did back in the day, I mean, it's okay for what it is, but it's it's not the greatest picture quality in the world. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Take care.